Editing Canucks line here. How's it going, guys? Welcome to the video. I will welcome you again. I know this is the start of the video, but you'll never believe it. I forgot to put the rules back up. So here are the rules. And yeah, enjoy this video. It is a little bit all over the place. I did get a little bit rattled. I apologize. I asked the question that I want to ask you guys so many times in this video. So yet again, I apologize in advance. And enjoy. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the post-Quinn Hughes trade Vancouver Canucks franchise mode, where today we are entering year two's draft and re-sign phase, and I won't be entering free agency because I have two big questions to ask at the end of the video before we get to free agency. I think I'll sim up to free agency, but I won't do free agency in this video. It'll be a next video, and then I'll, like, with the preseason and all that, we're just going to do the draft, and we're just going to do the re-sign phase, because I kind of know what I want to do. And then when it gets to the point where we hit free agency, there's some question marks, there's some stuff that we can go figure out. Like, I'll ask it at the end of the video. I want to get to that. So at where we are right now, I wanted to go through progress report. I forget if I did go through this last video, but Demko's up to a 90. I don't remember this happening at all. I was surprised when I opened up the game to see that. I did not expect Demko to be a 90 overall, but it's nice to see. Paired along with Phil Peronic, who has gone up to an 87. He stays at an 87 after this past season, but last year he did really good. Kuzmenko's up to an 85 as well. I'm not sure if I saw that. Like, I definitely don't know if I saw that, which is really nice. Now, luckily, me keeping him and not trading him going up to an 85, you'll see that it wasn't a mistake. Well, minus 16 is a little bad, but you'll see that it wasn't a mistake. Rossi up to an 85. We'll just go through this quickly. Boyum up to an 84, which is great. Lekermacki up to an 83. That's great to see. Anyone else? Vilander up to an 82. Good. Ostlund up to an 80. I think he was less than an 80 when we traded for him, so he has gone up a little bit. Anyone else with some big development? Not on the big club. If we go down to in the system, I just wanted to go through Braden Coots. There's two players I wanted to specifically highlight. First one being Braden Coots. Does not change his overall at all. He was in the WHL yet again. He put up 92 points in 64 games with 25 goals. He's dominating that level. There's obviously going to be no development. Maybe I would expect like a tiny bit of development, but he's definitely AHL ready. If not, he'll probably be NHL ready by the time he comes up. He barely had any development. He's ready. He just wasn't 20 years old, and there's no rule to put him in like there will be in real life. Minio had good development. Thomas, I'm pretty sure we picked him up at a 75, so it's nice to see him at a 77. We'll see if we're able to develop him a little bit. The next one's Medvedev, who did have a little bit of development. He stays at a 75 rating, but it's the same thing as Coots. He needs to come up to the AHL, or he'll be the potential backup goalie. Little hint at a question. Novotny started at a 72. To see him at a 75 is nice. Belshitz, it's up as well. Same with Tynan Lawrence. Stillman's up. A lot of good development, and I do remember me picking up a bunch of development coaches, and it seems to be paying off. There's a lot of green down here, which is nice to see. The only one that it's like regression is Jimmy Schultz, and he didn't end up playing in the AHL as that's Riley Patterson. Jimmy Schultz, he's 32. That was the only one with red here. The rest is either zeros or greens, and a lot of the greens, a lot more greens than there are zeros. The development is starting to work. It's nice to see. I actually like it that my players are developing. But the major questions heading into the draft is who do we pick with our picks. So I don't know exactly where we're picking. I'll go into draft board, but the three guys they're telling us we should be picking are Jackson Jacobson, Nurmi, Mikko Nurmi, and Alexander Dadonov. Now, our right wings, we need right wings. Left winger, we're a little bit good on. We have Belchez, we have some other prospects. Right wingers, we are pretty, like, we have Lekermacki, and that's about it for young players on the right side. Klimovich is there as well, but he really needs a big boost to jump into the NHL because of his skill set. I feel like he's better suited to just be an AHL scorer. This Alexander Dadonov, who didn't do too great offensively, he's a playmaker, similar to Vladimir Tarasenko, NHL-ready, pretty close to medium elite. I want to interview two of these guys, and the other one I wanted to interview was Neuenschwander, because he's so close, and I feel like they pick the guys ahead of your pick. I want to interview Neuenschwander just to get a little bit of what he is. The rest, it's very left-wing heavy. I want to go BPA, best player available, but we're not sure if the best player available could be the right winger. It could be not the right winger. We're picking 13th. Okay, so it'd be where Jackson Jacobson is. So Dadonov would have to drop 2. We'll see if that happens. We'll head into the interviews and see what's up. Cause yeah, we just gotta hop into this draft. We need to see. Retirement is first. So we'll head into retirement. There we go. View retired players. Anybody retire for us? We did end up trading Tyler Myers, so he wouldn't have retired with us. It doesn't look like any of the... Is that Brogan Rafferty? He retired. Vancouver Canucks. That's all I wanted to go to. Vancouver Canucks, nothing. Goalies for the Canucks, nothing. And then goalies for the Carey Price retired. David Riddick, Phoenix Copley, and Tokarski retired. All right, let's hop in to the interviews, which I think that's next. Oh, do we have any staff retirement? Doesn't look like it. Draft interviews, go to draft class. I haven't done this in a while. I don't usually use these because I just kind of go off of the basic scouting, but it is something that we could use, as Svorsky actually jumped Neuenschwander by 1. So maybe I'm still going to do Neuenschwander because we do kind of know Svorsky a little bit. Is there any way we could get a little bit more on Dadonov? So we'll interview Dadonov. We'll see if we get any more. We'll do Neuenschwander and Svorsky if like anything really, nothing really like comes of this. So I'm skills, strengths and weaknesses, play style, readiness. I mean, I think it said 1-year ETA. NHL impact now. So NHL-ready. I don't think that's the case. I think a lot of them say that, and it doesn't end up being that way. A two-way forward play style. Already know that. Readiness. NHL-ready. Noob top. I guess, yeah. Doesn't really. Yeah, we got to do the other two for the conversation. Sounds good. I haven't done this system in a while. Don't blame me for not doing great at all. Two-way forward. Actually, that does kind of help us. Or the scouting just got a little bit better on him. Or I was reading Nermy. Nope. Both two-way forwards. Svorsky, Neuenschwander, Fitzhenry. Let's do Neuenschwander. Let's just figure it out. I was hoping to maybe uncover if maybe they were a little bit more medium elite than we thought his ETA is. Cost maybe a year of development will help. Okay. Sounds good. Skills, strength, and weaknesses. What are your weaknesses? Let's ask that. More of a skilled player, so physicality makes sense. And then what are your strengths? Defensive skill set. Okay. Which one is physicality? Okay, so he's good defensively, but could, get some help physically. Sounds good. All right. Neuenschwander we did learn a little bit about. I don't know if it helps entirely with... Okay, we uncovered a little bit. Medium elite, but only 1. Yeah, that's not going to help at all. I don't think I'm going to interview Fitzhenry. We'll leave it at there. It does kind of feel a little useless. Let's head to the draft. Let's head into it. All right, we'll go best player available. If Dadonov's there, we'll take him. Positionally, we need him, and he will be the best player available at that position. If anything, we'll just go with another player. So we'll look at these picks that we could go acquire. Is that what I saw? Try to go get Aiden Joseph? Or Alexis Joseph? Like DuPont and then Alexis Joseph, who's going to be a high elite player, center, would be like the replacement for Elias Pettersson. Open up a potential trade, but I don't think we're going to be able to trade up for 2, especially at 16 or 13. We would have to move up a lot. We can move up to 12 or 11, and I feel like we should do that. Might be a little bit more safer if we really want Dadonov to move up to 11. But yet again, we'll wait a little bit to see if Dadonov gets taken before 11. Because if we move up to 11, he gets taken anyway. We moved assets to... We got rid of assets to move up for no reason. So we'll sim the pick. We know it's going to be Landon DuPont. Franchise to Chicago, of course. Of course Chicago gets DuPont. Winnipeg gets Alexis Joseph. Oh, 83 medium elite. For the Sharks, 81 medium elite. For the Rangers, the Predators get an 80 overall medium elite. Jackets get their first below 80 medium elite. Pelosi medium elite. Actually, no, everyone's above 80. Makes me feel good about potentially getting Dadnov if he falls. England, okay, high top 6. That does worry me a little bit. High top 6. Do we make the push? Do we make the trade? Or do we think that he's not going to get taken? He is the best player available. 2 medium elite. We need a right winger. We can see what the price is, because if the price is too much, then absolutely we will not make this deal. But we kind of could just, ask. We could just ask, like, a first and a third. Could pick up an extra third-round pick. They'll take it. Okay. I don't mind getting rid of a third-round pick, especially with how stocked the cupboards are. Just picking up a positional lead while he's the best player available will absolutely help us. Medium elite, 81 overall. Oh my god. He wasn't joking. He is NHL-ready. I did not expect that. Already a third-line checking scoring right winger. 81 over this draft class. This roster is a little too stacked in the draft class. Look at it, just very balanced overall. Like, the face-offs are the only thing that's really bad, and that's because... What the hell? Fighting skill and face-offs is like the only thing that's bad. He's just a very balanced player. Good shooter, two-way forward, 6'4", 209? Did we just get the steal of the draft? Yet again, a Russian player. Nermy's nuts as well. Oh my. So all of them were nuts? Or just Nermy? Okay. What is with this roster? Okay, this roster is a little OP. Like, it shouldn't be this many NHL-ready medium elites, because they're all going to develop. This draft class is going to be absolutely nuts. I need my older draft classes back. My mid-draft classes where if you're picking 11, you're not getting a medium elite. Alright, it looks like that was kind of it for the medium elites, though. That's what's nice. Just very developed players, and I don't understand that. We'll sim to our second-round pick. We'll look at the rest of the first round. So we do not have another first-round pick in this draft. Neuenschwander. So, yeah, we made the right pick. Moving up. And it was an absolute steal. Like, they did get Jacobson, but... I mean, medium elite... If I was Ottawa, I wouldn't have gotten rid of that pick for an extra third. Unless they get an absolute steal. Cripps was another guy I was looking at, but our defensemen were, like, fine. Honestly, I think the drafting, in terms of, like, focusing on the draft, it's over. Like, we just hit the lottery with that pick. Absolute steal. We got a pretty good potential for Dahl there to be a top 4 defenseman. I feel like we just take it. Elite speed, good skating. So, very good on his feet. We just don't know if he's fast. Torrey Krug, ETA NHL-ready. We'll make the pick. 78 overall top 4. What the hell? This could be a plateau pick where, he's very high, 78 overall, but he kind of plateaus pretty, like, low overall. But we just picked up an offensive defenseman who's 78 overall. Is he a right or a left? A right-handed defenseman too? Yeah, that's a steal. That's a steal. But how many of those are there? Okay, that's good. That was just a really good pick. Another insane draft. Yet again, another insane draft. That third-round pick that we traded. I wish I could go back and see. You could take a shot at the goalie in the 4th. And it's going to be a medium starter. So, our cupboards are full. Right winger, it's totally fine. Like, we just picked up there's a gem here. And this is auto scouting. I didn't even surgical scout. This is all auto scouting. We could fly through this draft, picking up steals as we go. This lefty looks like it could potentially be the best potential. Yeah. I don't mind getting... Our draft is already so good. That I don't mind getting a player like that. Honestly, this one we could just go for, like, a potentially really good right D. I don't expect him to be good. 7th defenseman yet again. I don't care if we pick up 7th defenseman the rest of the way. Just how that start of the draft went, the first 2 rounds. and then getting a starter and a medium elite, our draft is fine. And a fringe starter isn't even that bad either. Could turn into a solid backup / AHL goaltender. Yeah, Dadonov, Dahl, Blunden, and Drake are going to be great prospects to develop. That draft was crazy. Okay, I flew through that draft. I didn't expect to go through that draft that quick. The expiring scouts, expiring coaches. No expiring coaches. That's because I also signed them to deals. So I could deal with the scouts. So I will go deal with the scouts right now so I don't forget. And then I'll see you guys when I hop into the re-sign screen. Alright, I offered all the scouts contracts. We are now in the re-sign screen. And there's a little bit of question marks. But honestly, our re-sign phase isn't too like heavy on like question marks. There's a lot of like, I mean, Dadonov immediately, like, that's the first contract I'm throwing out. A lot of RFAs. If I go to the UFA screen, I'm not sure if we'll see too many. I mean, they're like a good amount, but not that much, if I'm being 100% honest. I will bring back Mackenzie McEachran as a potential depth option for the AHL on a 1-year deal. We'll see if he takes it. Probably, maybe not. Guillaume Brisebois, lifetime Canuck just like Jet Wu. Gonna bring him back even if it's on 2 years. He's only 29. It's for the AHL. It's not like it's a big thing. Jimmy Schultz I will release because we do have Basil Sansone and potentially more players going into the AHL that were prospects. Wilson Bjork gets a contract. He's developed decently well. Oman I'm bringing back. Potential depth center. Because I keep forgetting to turn injuries on. Injuries will be on for next season. DJ Sebi I'm releasing. I just brought him back as an extra roster spot. So I didn't. So I didn't have to call anybody up. So I wanted to keep the AHL the way they were going. So Christensen's the same thing. Beck Malenstein is the same thing. I will be releasing Beck Malenstein. Andrei Kuzmenko. Before heading into free agency, I looked. It has gone up. That's what I thought. I should have offered him a contract before. Oh, I don't know why I didn't realize that. It was like 3.2. Now it's up higher. Yeah. His organizational interest is low comparative to what I thought it would be, but we have the cap space to pay him. That's the thing. Right, if we don't give him a clause, right, if he takes this, we have the cap space to make it. Especially a move like that. Goaltending, Tolopilo is a UFA. I do want to bring Tolopilo back. Medvedev would probably replace him in his spot. Like, where he is, Medvedev is higher than him. But the question mark relies on to see how it says modified no trade now. Kevin Lankinen, it opens up, right? Demko, it opens up where he's a year younger. He's 90 overall now. Like, we could absolutely move Demko and get a haul. But I honestly think that making a push now wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. It's like with how we stock the cupboards. Like, look at this. We're set in terms of goaltending for so long. We have assets to move if we need to. Ty Young I'll bring back. Just qualify. He'll probably accept the qualifying offer. The RFAs is what I wanted to go to the other screen. The goaltending, we'll raise that question in a second. But yeah, bringing up Kevin Lankinen's status in terms of his no movement. It's a question mark that we have to, it's a question that we have to answer. Do we potentially move him to open up a spot for Medvedev? And if Medvedev isn't ready, just bring in a backup goaltender as like a stopgap until Medvedev's ready. Andrei Ravinskis, I'll bring back. Just the AHL depth guy. All of this just qualify. All these guys. Stillman, yeah. Qualify. Keep the AHL team nice and young. Bloom. Gagne, I think I wanted to release Gagne because I wanted not Smits to be the new, Smits to be the new Gagne, but I will qualify him. I know it's a mill, but we have the space. Klimovic, Kudryavtsev will bring back. All these guys are getting qualifying offers because don't want to lose them. That was a misclick. So DPD goes to free agency. Oh no. Oh no. Mancini, I'm totally fine with qualifying. Oh, I went too fast. I accidentally released DPD. We'll get him back. We'll get him back. I'll offer him so much money in free agency he cannot say no. That sucks. That sucks. No. No. All right, Kuzmenko's the only big question mark. I just want to check Ogren and Osland to see what their contracts want to look like. I also want to look at DPD, see what his would potentially look like. I'm gonna give Ogren 2.5 for 2 seasons. It's a short-term contract. He'll say yes to it. He'll develop into it, kind of thing. If that's what Osland wants, honestly, I feel like qualifying him might just be the better option. 3 years it goes up. Okay. He deserves more. He could get a 2-way $1 million deal. That has never happened to me. I have never accidentally released someone. Mancini's getting 1.3 mil. Yeah, that's totally fine for 1 season. A lot of these guys are going to sign 1-year deals, so I'm just going to let them accept their qualifying offer. And if they go into free agency with it, then that's fine. We'll advance day, see what the people we offered contracts to say. Yep, Ogren says yes. Kekkerin says no. Oh, it's term. I accept. Did I not give Tolopilo a contract? Oh, I guess he accepted it immediately. Alright, the last little bit we need to do before we enter free agency. So I guess I will go into free agency and get DPD back. Alright, I do want to bring McEachran back. Just a 1-year deal, but we'll up the money. You get a 1 mil. That's fine. Kuzmenko. Alright, now this leads into the last question. So, the first question I have in terms of goaltending. Do we move Kevin Lankinen to open up a spot for Medvedev, and we pick up like a 79 overall goaltender that we can flip for like a 5th if needed? Like if Medvedev's ready to be a backup, we flip him, we go Tolopilo Young in the AHL, which is what I want to do. Or we just trade for a stopgap, like just move a late round pick for one of those guys. I feel like that is the smart move. Pick up as much value as you can for Kevin Lankinen. Run with Demko and Medvedev. That's what we'll do. Let me know what you guys think, if you guys think that's a smart move, or we just run Lankinen for one more year until the deadline, and then we move him out and give Medvedev time in the AHL. The second question is Jake DeBrusk. He has the modified no trade now. No one else has a modified no trade that we can really utilize, or everyone else has like the no movement clause still. He's the first one to get the modified no trade. He has a lot of years left. It's 4. It's only 4 years. It's a lot of years. Like a team is taking on his contract for 4 more years. But it kind of opens up a spot for Lekkerimäki in the top 6, which is exactly what we need. Lekkerimäki, we could go Lekkerimäki, Besser, Rossi with Pettersson, Kuzmenko, Hoglander, or do we move Hoglander? So it's DeBrusk or Hoglander, and do we move Kevin Lankinen? Those are the 2 questions that we need to answer. I'm going to bring back Kuzmenko for a 2-year deal at $5.75 mil. Does he say yes? This is the scout. Scout again. Just gonna check. He says no. Yep. Or do we just keep DeBrusk? I feel like this is such a tough question. Actually, I feel like technically keeping DeBrusk is probably the smarter option, but then not capitalizing on Kuzmenko's value seems bad. Right, Lekkerimäki, Pettersson, DeBrusk, Besser, Rossi, Hoglander, and then right, because you don't want to do 2 snipers, right? Besser's a sniper, Lekkerimäki's a sniper, Kuzmenko's a sniper. Oh my god. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna bring back Kuzmenko and we'll run with that top 6. And we'll put Hoglander on the 3rd line with Osland, and we'll go 6 mil, but on a 1-year deal. Probably doesn't even say yes to this either. Scouts. Scouts. Says no. Okay, well then we need to do some talking. Oh my god. I'm still worrying about DPD. Am I gonna be able to get him back? Charm? Oh, it works. Okay. Organization? He was talking about mid-sized market. Persuade? It worked. Okay. We'll talk contract. How about a 1-year deal? At 6. Improve offer. Increase salary. Just under 6 million it would be then? Yeah. And this is like a touch under 6 mil, so it's fine. We can attach a clause to maybe help. Like a modified no trade. We'll cover the entire contract. Well, it's only 1 year. 29 team, 24 team, 20 team. I was thinking 16. Alright, we'll see if that works. We up the organizational interest to potentially boost a potential contract. We have the money to give it. We have so much cap space. We'll see after the scout says yes. Does Kuzmenko say another scout? He does. He does. Let's go. Alright, so we got one year, $6 million deal. Just under. Yeah. Alright. So the question is, do we open up a potential trade for DeBrusk and or Hoglander, and do we trade Kevin Lankinen? I'm still gonna leave those questions open because potentially getting value for DeBrusk could be good. Let's head to free agency. I'll sign DPD. Everyone else is gonna accept a qualifying offer. Nice. We've entered free agency. We'll go to sign free agents. We'll sign DPD and we'll sign off of this video. So I do want to leave you guys to see if you guys would answer those questions because they're big questions. They're big questions when it comes to this team. Like, we need to open up room for potential players. That's why I do kind of want to stay pretty. I want to stand pat in free agency, or a potential open up spots on the roster. Just under. Does he accept it? But okay, we got DPD back. We don't got to worry about it. All right. So yeah, I won't ask him again because I've said it too much. But that is it for this one. If you guys enjoyed, if you're a Canucks fan and you enjoy this kind of content, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I apologize. It's a little bit all over the place. I had a plan, and all of a sudden that plan went sideways in terms of just my brain. Accidentally releasing DPD messed with me a little bit, and that draft was insane. That was such a crazy draft. If you're a Canucks fan, you enjoy this kind of content, I set a goal to try to hit 500 subscribers by the end of this regular season in real life. It would mean a lot if you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, leave a comment down below, answer, do we trade DeBrusk and do we trade Lankinen? I'm leaning to yes on Lankinen. I'm leaning a little bit on no to DeBrusk, but if you guys convince me otherwise, I will do it. The video on your right is the video from Monday. The video on your left is the video from Wednesday. Subscribe's right under the video on your right. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.